brought to you by our sponsors: William Richmond Inc., Farmers Home and Auto Insurance, the Bob Koski Agency, R.E. Graves Heating and Air Conditioning, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, McNeil's Group Properties, the Charleston Senior Community, and Chesapeake's Bounty. Now, here's a weather alert update from JB Weather.
And good morning, everyone. Let's come over here. Get that together. I'm Forecaster John Bordash with you this morning to give you a quick coffee time update. Cup of coffee is rolling right here. We're not doing like the suit and tie stuff this morning. And you all can hear me. Awesome. Wow. It's funny. I've been in the storm lab nonstop for like the last 2-3 weeks tracking winter storm threat after winter storm threat. And last night I'm like, you know what? I think it'll be fine to take the night off to get away from the weather, spend some time with people. And sure enough, I go to bed early last night, like 8:30. I haven't done that in so long. I woke up this morning at 5, and there are widespread 2 to 5 inch reports across the region. So definitely a little bit of a surprise. I'm definitely a little bit surprised. What you might have seen as I first clicked over here, this was the final call forecast I issued yesterday, or 2 days ago, rather. It was a general 2 to 3. I updated it slightly, and I thought, it's only going to be an inch or two. So I'm not going to go by this forecast, but, it isn't a huge surprise, but I am at least a little surprised. We saw lots of 2s and 3s and 4s and even some 5s across parts of St. Mary's County. I've seen lots of 5s down towards lower parts of Leonardtown, Wildwood, over towards Great Mills, that general area. But as you headed up to the north, it really cut off. Once you headed up Route 4, Route 2, up into Anne Arundel County, up towards Lothian, over towards Deal, you didn't see that much. So this is kind of the way things turned out last night. So definitely a little bit of a surprise. But in my world, it is always better to expect less and then receive more than the other way around. You expect an inch, you wake up to 4, versus you expect 4 and you wake up to an inch. Today's forecast, now brought to you by Rivercrest Dog Services. Make sure and give them a check out. You can get that link on the Facebook page. But we're sitting in the 20s this morning, and I don't think temperatures really budge that much. So I think we're really just going to be talking about cold temperatures today. I know that there are snow icons throughout, but these are really scattered snow showers across the region. What I can do right now, if I take you over here into radar, give me 1 second while I get that loaded up. And I actually want to come down here. So taking a look at radar this morning, you can see there goes the last bit of our storm down here, all the way down here, bringing some nice ice down south. But we have seen lots of 4s. We saw some 6s down towards Richmond. Generally, the way snow totals look to fall, I haven't drawn up a map yet, but just kind of based off of what I've seen, we saw the 1 inch line get to maybe right about here. We saw that 2 inch line probably get to right around here. And again, it's probably a little, this is just a rough drawing for you. And then we saw that 4 inch line really pick up, kind of come right down here. And we've seen some of our highest accumulations kind of in this zone, sort of. I'm sure that this is probably off a little bit, and I'll just do some reports and really try to get a better idea. But that's kind of what we're looking at this morning. You saw higher snow totals the further south you went. So if we can just take this off, zooming out here, you can see those snow reports here, 4 inches over towards California, 4 inches over towards Clemens. We do have some scattered snow showers that are continuing well up to the north again. There goes that system. And you see the snow reports on here, some 6s in there. We saw mainly 2 to 5 across our region, but we have some snow showers up towards Baltimore this morning. I wouldn't rule out a couple of scattered snow showers throughout the day today, so I would definitely keep that in mind as we head forward here. Taking it back over here, now our attention will now turn to tomorrow. We do have a winter storm watch in effect for all of our region. PG, Anne Arundel, Calvert, Charles, St. Mary's, Westmoreland, King George. So this is the 4th winter storm watch we've had in 2 weeks. We went over 750 days without getting one, and now we've gotten 4 within 2 weeks of each other. So winter is really trying to pick up. This time, though, it's going to be for ice, not for snow. I don't really think we're going to be looking at ice for tomorrow. Or I don't think we'll be looking at snow for tomorrow. It's mainly going to be ice. This is kind of how I expect it to kind of look. Again, this was a rough drawing I did yesterday. We saw some ice. I think we'll see some icing concerns. I think the highest will be back back to the west. Personally, so to get this winter storm watch for ice, you need a 1/4 inch of ice. And that causes some big time problems. We talk about power outages when we get that much ice, obviously travel issues and widespread impacts. I think that might be a bit overzealous. I don't know if we'll see warning criteria ice in our region. I tend to think that we probably won't, but that could change and I could be wrong. Again, my forecast for this past week was a little bit off, and the reason why is that temperatures were colder last night. That allowed for higher ratio snow, so you were able to make more snow out of less precipitation. That's what that ratio does. So we saw that, and then the precip rates were a little heavier than we thought, especially across St. Mary's County, so that allowed for some higher snow. Not the 6 to 8 inches the National Weather Service was forecasting, and not really that 13-inch amount you had seen. We saw a couple of isolated 5.5, 6 reports, but not enough to justify a 6 to 8 inch forecast. But this is the first call I have on ice for this weekend. So many first calls I've made the last couple of weeks. Right now, I'm kind of expecting generally maybe up to 1/10 of an inch of ice, maybe up to 1/1500ths of an inch of ice once you head towards I-95. I tend to think that the higher ice concerns are going to be away from the water. So you will likely see some freezing rain and sleet, probably more freezing rain across almost the entire region. However, I think it's going to be those inland areas away from the water. So once you head over towards Waldorf and Brandywine and maybe areas like Dunkirk, and then definitely across parts of Central Virginia where you could have higher ice totals. If I can take you over to our latest model data, I can show you that quick this morning. And again, this is just a quick update. I'm going to throw together an actual forecast for you here later on this morning, probably this afternoon once we get some more information in here. What I want to do is, and I actually haven't even looked at the latest data. I just woke up again, probably about 2.5 hours ago. Been trying to get myself together. But Futurecast throughout the day today, this is 1 o'clock today. It shows general scattered snow showers, maybe a little bit of sleet mixed in there down south where you can warm up a little bit more. But that's kind of the general theme today. So this is through today, a lot of scattered snow and sleet showers. And then as we head into tomorrow, so now this is going to be 1 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, we start to see the precip pick back up. And this model's been a little bit quicker with the precip, so this starts it off in the morning. This right here would be 7 a.m. This would be 10 a.m. This would be 1 p.m. So you see, we have scattered freezing rain. That's what that pink represents. How widespread is it and how heavy is it is going to be key. If we see 6 to 10 hours of moderate freezing rain, we're going to have issues, and that winter storm watch is 100% justified. Here, if we only see 6 to 10 hours of maybe light freezing rain, or it's a little bit more spotty, if it looks a little bit more like this, it's more spotty, we probably won't see as much. So we have to kind of figure that out, and we'll get a better idea on that today. So this is generally what that kind of looks like. What I can do for you is show you some quick model data from this model for how much ice it puts down. So I need to get that up over here. Let's see. I would like for Chrome to appear, and I need to select this window. Is it you? Yes, it is. So sorry that it looks weird. I did not think to get that fixed this morning, so I'll get it fixed here in a second. But by and large, the freezing rain that it puts down in our region, we take this out. Let me make sure I'm on the 12 kilometer. So the NAM by and large, it puts some impactful ice totals in our region. This would generally be closer to a 1/4 inch of ice, maybe up to 1/3 of an inch of ice. That would cause issues. That's when we would start talking about power outages and those types of things. So this would be for tomorrow. So that's generally what we could be looking at. I will update this forecast, though, later on today when we get new information. I don't see a scenario where we see snow out of this. I think, if anything, maybe we warm up a little quicker and we could see rain. But I do think at least some freezing rain will be likely tomorrow. So I'll have an update on that. We have another system that's possible Monday night into Tuesday. Another system that's possible Thursday. The hits keep coming. So it will continue to be active. I will continue to have my coffee ready at the side to kind of, get us through that. Goldfish are ready. And it was nice to eat an actual meal last night that was not frozen and that was not goldfish. So it was nice. But yeah, so that's kind of what we're talking about this morning. So I think this is going to come. Oh, and this would be the storm timeline for you generally. I put this up yesterday, and you can get all of these like graphics about tomorrow's system on the website jbweather.net. I have information over there. Also, give me a follow on Instagram at jbweather. I believe I just hit 1,000 followers this morning over there, so give me a follow over there too. You can get Forecast over there as well for those that are on Instagram. But again, I don't think snow is likely with this. We look at freezing rain being the most possible in the afternoon going to the overnight, but it's possible it starts earlier in the morning. We might switch over to rain overnight into early Sunday, but that remains to be seen. But I would expect some travel issues, especially in the afternoon and evening. So I wouldn't really recommend much travel tomorrow. If this doesn't need to come in earlier, I would probably say all day tomorrow. Right now I'm highlighting the afternoon, but again, if it comes in a little earlier, then we would talk about maybe all day. So if you're traveling over to, I got one Instagram DM asking about going to Salisbury or anything like that, I would wait probably until Sunday afternoon to do any kind of travel if you need to head anywhere. So make sure, you just stay aware. Don't forget your egos. Actually, after this, I need to run to the store and get some breakfast. For the upcoming week. So, because it's going to be active. Again, we are talking about storm threats every 2 to 3 days, and it's hilarious because I was off on winter break from school for 2 months and we saw nothing. This was the very first week of the semester, and literally as soon as the semester starts, we see snow. And a lot of, we see a lot of winter storm threats, which has kept me more than busy. So, sleep has come under premium, but sleep is still there. And protein, yes, Lori, bacon is on the shopping list as well. So are eggs. Actually, I think we have eggs. There's some everything bagel seasoning in there. So, see, so emergency plans in effect for St. Mary's County. Yeah, I don't doubt that. Updates last night, they were non-existent, and overnight last night, I was actually getting a full 8 to 10 hours of sleep last night. It was weird. I haven't gotten that in about 3 weeks, so it's nice. Michelle, I have to go to Bowie tomorrow. Always bring my toe straps. Always. I think those are in my trunk, actually. I always have stuff with me just in case, because I tend to be the person that stuff happens to. I've pulled so many people off the pine. Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah, you can drive better on snow than you can on ice. Snow, you can get maybe a little bit of traction, but ice, game over. Green eggs and ham. So just stay tuned. We'll continue to keep you updated. I'm here all day. I don't have class today. I'm going to get some homework done, but I will be here and I'll have a new forecast up on this stuff on the ice threat that comes tomorrow, up later on today. And we'll probably get an update to either a winter storm warning or a winter weather advisory later on, or maybe even an ice storm warning. We'll see. I don't think it'll go that far. But I would be lying if I said that potential wasn't there. So we'll have to see. But it will be interesting. But it's been a nice morning for many areas. I mean, it's been snow filled, nice 2 to 4. I couldn't tell you about schools. I have not checked that this morning. I've just been trying to worry about drinking coffee and waking up. Ryan had to get over to school. He's a teacher, so I got some stuff out, but I still know very little about what's actually going on back home. I do know that we've seen a lot of 2 to 4, 2 to 5 inch reports. So just be aware if you're headed out on area roads today. Probably slick spots are going to be likely wherever you head. So just be aware. And then tomorrow's going to be active, and I'll have updates on that tomorrow. So St. Mary's is closed, and I think Calvert declared a code virtual a couple days ago for today. St. Mary's is closed. And I don't know road conditions. We can take a look, though, and let me pop over to the MDOT cameras for you. For those of you that are sticking around, we can take just a quick look, and then I'm going to try to get some stuff done over here. All right. I come over. I want to bring up current. All right, this would be Leonardtown. This is 5 at 2:43. Roads look all right. I mean, this is Leonardtown. That truck's going down, no problem. These cars are coming, no problem. So this would be Leonardtown. If I take you over to, this is Callaway, 5 at 2:46. There's snow, but the roads look fairly fine. However, temperatures below freezing would indicate that there are probably some slick spots. Just wet and slushy. Yeah, as we take a look around, that's largely what we're seeing. You see some slush over here on some of the less traveled parts of roads, but main roads look fine. The Thomas Johnson camera is always in a weird spot. The Benedict Bridge looks fine. Headed up towards Brady Wine this morning. Traffic looks to be flowing all right. Chesapeake Beach. These cars seem to be going just fine and over towards Annapolis. We'll take a look at 3012 here quick. Yeah, these are all going. These all look largely fine. And the MDOT website, it just sorry, you will see everything. Currently, the MDOT website has sent me down to the Bahamas with the way how finicky it is. So I would assume 301 is probably fine as well. So just keep that in mind. Someone actually very nice. Let me bring it up for you. I got you. Give me just 1 second. Let me just reload this because I'm not going to be able to get back up to Maryland from the Bahamas. Bahamas this year though sounds nice. Maybe when we're not in a pandemic. I was actually telling Ryan last night. This is essentially going to be like JB weather on ice this weekend. This is a look at the Harry and Ice Bridge 301 northbound. By and large, things look fine. You see maybe some slick spots and some snow on the sides of roads, but everything looks pretty fine. So, yes, it was the Bahamas. It's weird because like I have it up on this screen that's over on this side, but it's like a smaller window, and I try to like zoom in using my mouse. I like go like this, and the website freaks out. It takes you further south. I ended up in North Carolina, then Florida, then the Bahamas. So, no cameras for Maryland. But that's pretty much what we're looking at this morning. So just stay safe if you're headed out there. And I'll have an update later on this morning on what you can expect going forward. So thank you so much for joining me. We've been around for just about 20 minutes now. And Judy hates this bridge. Yeah, not a lot of people like it. This and the Bay Bridge. They're just high up. They're long bridges. So if you're someone who gets like vertigo or something, or you just don't even like heights, you're driving over bridges. I mean, I'm the same way with the Thomas Johnson Bridge. If I could avoid that bridge, like I have frequently, like my family lives in Solomons, and like when I'm over in California, I will literally go all the way up 5, and I go all the way up 3 Notch Road and hop on the Benedict Bridge over to Prince Frederick to go south. I hate going across the Thomas Johnson Bridge. I get that. But stay tuned. I will continue to keep you updated with the latest updates all day today. More likely this afternoon than this morning. I need to get some schoolwork done as well. So that the website's reloading. So that's a sign. So stay tuned. I'll continue to keep you updated. In the meantime, I'm Forecaster John Bordash. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Have a nice and safe one. Get some coffee. And as everyone tells me, get some protein and some eggs, and you'll be all good.